Captain's Log. Hello, I'm Captain Vile. Good on you, made it to Friday. How has my week been? You may have tuned in to ask yourself without actually saying it out loud, more just like the action of tuning in is asking. If that makes any sense. Probably doesn't, but whatever. It has been alright. Latter half of it's been kind of awful. Well, not awful is a rather strong word. It has been tedious. First bit of the week, pretty good. Wednesday, I had an interview with like a sports betting bar thing that went decently well. And yes, Captain Vile is applying to work at a place where you bet. The irony is it really irony? I don't know. Whatever. The humor of the situation is not lost on me. It went decently well. I hope to hear back from them soon-ish. Didn't quite say like a... Alright, expect to call them blah 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 blah. But whatever. They did like ask about excuse me, starting times, so that does bode well. Oh well, as for the latter half of the week, a little tedious. I believe I have either already come down with something or am coming down with something. Like, I've been coughing, my nose is stuffed, and my voice is a little hoarse. And it hurts just a little bit to talk. Just a little bit. Tolerable enough for me to record, but at the moment, just kind of... Which is tedious, because not a couple weeks earlier, I was bedeviled by disease. Well, disease, whatever. I just wanted the alliteration. By, like, a cold. And now I got another one. Great. Oh, well. It's just kind of started. It's been kind of amping up over the week, and then now is really in full force. All I've mentioned has been apparent in the past couple of hours. Oh, well. Now, that's my week. Decent, with some hiccups, but going kind of well. Not the end of it. I mean, hey, on the very least, if I am actually sick, Friday. I don't have to go to class till Tuesday, so I will probably have recovered enough to, like, be out and about by then. Not that I'm really... It's not like a shutting down systems thing. It's just like, my throat hurts. Just have some tea, whatever. Alright, now for the talking points. The title of the video. Games that I'd like to play on the channel, but don't believe I'd be able to. However, there is somewhat of a solution, as I've found. I've started streaming occasionally. Occasionally, like the one time. I intended to stream. However, roommates being noisy have caught on that. I also have a talking point about my roommate going to drop my milk. But I'll get to that in due time. So, I'd like to play Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor on the channel, because the game's really fun. If you don't know what it is, it's rather similar to the Arkham games, except it's got a nemesis system where enemies will remember you and will, like, become your nemesis gradually. So there's, like, you can kind of make your own stories, and it's happened. And you may be wondering, Captain, why can't you play that on the channel? That seems like a great thing. Well, for one, it would be a rather long playthrough, so that's maybe something I'd have to start at, like, the beginning of the year. As, like, a playthrough that would span several months. But I haven't beaten the game. I have 20 hours in the game, and I can't get through the main story. And that's not to say that the game is bad. That's to say that the core gameplay loop of interrogating, like, lower soldiers to find out about generals, and then hunting them down in strategic ways to most humiliate them, is so addicting that I have just straight up been doing that the entire time. I have not interacted with the main story in months. Like, just now, literally yesterday, I realized there was a second map. Like, if you want to know how far into the story I am, I've just defeated the Hammer. If anyone knows more about the game, I don't know, but it's like he's a boss of, like, Sauron or whatever. And I've just moved on to, like, the lush green map, away from the volcano-y, more traditional Mordor map. I just got there. I've spent so much time just killing generals, having generals spawn, and killing them again. I once killed every single general in, like, just available. Just because I could in one sitting. It's just that fun. Episodes would be 40 minutes of me tracking down, it would be 100 episodes of the same damn thing. So I could probably stream it, but even then the streams would be like, alright, Captain, come on. This is the 5th general you've hunted down and had eaten by carnivores. Alright? Move along with the story. It's been 5 hours. It's just too addicting. And similar thing with Yakuza. But I can stream that. But I, like, because I just get caught up in side missions. But that's like the game. With this, it's specifically just I keep going after the generals because it's just so fun. My guy is like kind of under-leveled. Like, I don't have very many abilities. I have hundreds and hundreds of runes every time you get a general, you get one. And oh my god, it's just hundreds of them. I'd also like to play, I don't have it, I'd like to play the Metal Gear series. I figured that'd be fun. I've played Metal Gear Rising Revengeance, but I know that's not really a good example of a Metal Gear game. That was a little bit of an outlier that has since been, like, taken up and been like, yeah, okay, it wasn't that bad. But I enjoyed it. I think it had some amazing boss fights. Some of them were a little annoying, like the last boss fight, and then the first boss fight with that, like, roller coaster. Well, rollerblade, Triceratops, no, Triceratops, T-Rex. How did I forget T-Rex? It's like it's the dinosaur. Whatever. Liked the bosses, didn't like some of the bosses, but overall the game was pretty fun, and I enjoyed it. But that's not the real Metal Gear thing. It's sneaking around, which, okay, yeah, no. It's mainly stealth games that I want to do, because I want to do the Metal Gear series, but I don't know if I could, because in some of the Metal Gear games there are 45-minute cutscenes. So what, is the episode just a cutscene? Do I just skip the cutscene and have people be like, "Oh, Captain, you're not experiencing the game. What the hell are you doing?" But another thing is a small stealth game some of you might not have heard of is Styx, like the river Styx, spelled that way. But it's where you're a goblin going through in castles and just stealing coins, killing guards, progressing the main plot. In like a fantasy setting. And it's pretty cool. But the levels are like 40 minutes long. And they reuse levels a lot. Like, you will go to the same map, like, 4, yeah, that's about it. 4 times, over and over again. So it would be like, one episode would be half a level. And the levels get long and kind of tedious. So I like it, but I wouldn't be able to do a thing on it. But that's where streaming could come in. I don't know. I still have to get on that more. Funny enough, that Yakuza stream I did do, it doesn't exist anymore, because I didn't turn the save stream setting on. I have it on now. So next I do stream, it will be saved, but what happened there is just between one other viewer and I. But you didn't miss very much, truth be told. I was just... it's at Yakuza, we played with Majima, so I was just hitting the casino and doing some side quests, which were decently interesting. I believe that's all the games. I will look through... I have a collection on my Steam page if there's games I've not played on the channel yet. There's Alien Isolation, Control, Ultimate Edition, Dead Rising. We tried to get into that, but it didn't work. Nier Automata, yeah. I don't know if I would want to play... because there's 5 endings. You haven't, like, beaten the game until you get ending E. And I don't know if I want to do that. I've seen YouTubers do it where they like... So it's the full playthrough ending A, and then ending B is like they cut out the repeated parts, so it's less videos. So it goes from like 60 videos, well, that's, okay, 20 videos to like 10 videos to like 5 videos, like one video of like a compilation of all the things that are different, is how he did it. Of Nier Replicant, which is different from Nier Automata. I don't know if I'd want to do it. We tried playing it again. There's so many other games. That's another thing I haven't touched on. There are, like, off the top of my head, Tales of Iron, We Happy Few, Rain World, Battle Block Theater, but I played that with Jason, so I guess it doesn't count anymore. Battle Block Theater, Jump King. So many. Do I even have Jump King anymore? I think I either refunded it or just hid it in my Steam, whatever. Oh, and Dead Rising. So many games that I've just like shelved because early on in the channel, I suppose I've not talked about that, but I didn't have like the game A, game B, game A, game B, Captain's Log, game A, game B, blah 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 blah. Easy like system. When the channel first started, I played 7 games a week. Each weekday was a different game. And let me tell you, that was hell. That lasted maybe 2 months. And then I was like, alright, wrap it. No. I'm not doing that. I'm not drawing all those thumbnails. That was hell. So now it's much more organized. But I've never revisited any of the games that we cut. And you can go check. You can see the thumbnails. And you can see the playlists where it's like got like 2 to 3 videos. And it's like far back in the channel's life where it has the violin in the thumbnail instead of like my avatar guy. Have I talked about why I did that? I guess it's just frankly, he was funner to draw. You could do more expressions. I mean, yeah, ego is one thing, but it was mainly just because the violin I just couldn't do very much of his face. It wasn't that fun. I can still do some stuff. Like I've created various somewhat expressive violins with Victor. I think the All With Closed Eyes and the Cigarette can act as somewhat of a mouth, similar to how the tax in Tax mouth kind of emote in the Princess and the Cobbler, or the Thief and the Cobbler. If you wanted to look at that. Oh well, some game, but oh well. We'll get to it all eventually. Another, like, back on the games I'd like to play, but I'm not really sure I'd be able to. Witcher and Lego Batman. So, I have the Witcher trilogy. I bought it on a bundle sale like a year ago. And I started, like, The Witcher. And this is like an old, controlled only with a mouse. It's, I don't know, I never got into World of Warcraft, but I know it controls like World of Warcraft, kind of. But it was a little hard to get into. I haven't touched it in a while. I should get back into it. But I don't know, I might do that. But again, really, really long. So that's kind of the length of the series and the amount of downtime in each episode of that series. But for Lego Batman, why I'm hesitant to do that, it's because I love Lego Batman. Those games are awesome. But the first Lego Batman, because I'd want to do all 3, and the villain routes, obviously. You're not playing Lego Batman if you're not playing the villain routes. And I'd be the Riddler. Whatever. There's this weird glitch in, like, my specific copy of it. I don't know, maybe I gotta download, like, a silent patch or something. Oh, another I want to get into. As soon as I mention one thing, talk about Lego Batman, then we'll talk about Final. Yeah, how about that? Final mystery game that I'd like to play, but not sure if I can. Because there's a glitch in my copy of Lego Batman, or maybe there's the Steam release of Lego Batman 1, where if you're on a platform, you can't jump. You do half an animation and your character just zips right back down, as if they were on, like, Jupiter gravity. So the only way you could progress is by, like, doing that, like, double jump, duck and roll, and that's really finicky. And another, in the first level, that bit where you gotta pilot the drone up that ramp, that takes, like, it doesn't move. It took me 13 minutes of just straight holding the analog stick to get it to get up the ramp. And so I'd have to cut that out. I guess I could just cut it, but yeah. Yeah, definitely possible. I think that's more of just like it'd be somewhat tedious to edit, but yeah, whatever. I mean, we got Phoenix right, where you got to edit out the, like, parts where I'm drawing a blank on evidence, and they're just long episodes. So I don't know, maybe I could do a couple. But, what was that last game? Bully, Scholarship Edition. Now, Bully is an awesome game, but I don't think I'd be able to play it on the channel because it just keeps crashing. I can't progress in the story. It keeps crashing before I can save. So I'm just stuck on, like, I've just got to Halloween. No. I've just got where you're, like, out and about the city. And you can get arrested by the police if you commit crimes. But I can't save. I've downloaded the silent patch for Bully, and still, it doesn't work. I don't know, maybe I gotta re-download the silent patch. Maybe I didn't put it in the right folder. I'll look into it, because it's a fun game. I can't get the hang of that damn bike minigame, though. Where you're in the repair shop and you gotta fix... I don't know which way to want me to twist the joystick. It's just annoying. Whatever. Maybe you can come back to this video in like 5 years and be like, oh, hey, you did play that, or oh, you streamed that, because you spent like 9 hours hunting generals in Mordor, you weirdo. Oh well. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.
Stay tuned to Gotham FM.